Hey, good morning, everyone. Why is my camera not working? Let's take a look and see why. Virtual background. There we go. See if that works. If not, let's see if the sound is working. Okay. Well, the virtual background, it said failed earlier when I was logging in. Let's see if changing the I guess I have to restart because something went wrong, something failed. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi in Cebu. Thanks for joining. I truly appreciate it. Lots of love to you all on this Saturday morning coffee. This is the um, new I don't want to say format, but this is the new thing. This is the new thing. We are going to be having a little bit of fun on Saturdays because I want to fine tune my schedule. Today we're going to talk about, the what's going on with the channel, what I'm planning on doing, what what I wish I can do, what I hope you will like. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Let me just take a look at a few things here. So anyway, I've decided to switch things over to Saturdays because a couple reasons. Number one, I want the ability to be able to go out on Saturday nights. And if I have to get up early on Sunday mornings, it's not going to be fun for me. And I think that for my North American audience, which this vlog is focusing on, Friday nights is much better. Hey Darren, how you doing, brother? I'm assuming you are back in Australia because you were in New York. I'm gonna assume you're back in Australia. Thank you for joining. I truly appreciate it. So welcome to the new Saturday morning coffee with Sammi. So we're going to be updating the channel, what we're doing with the channel, my focus and direction, because I am now moving from like part-time YouTube to like semi full-time YouTube, like a more focused, because I have more free time. That's the key thing. But of course, as with anything in my life, a wrench gets thrown into the mix. A couple days ago, I was walking in the swimming pool and I stepped wrong on a step that I didn't see under the water, and I chipped a bone in my foot. And I am laid up. I cannot really walk. I shouldn't walk. I do, but I shouldn't. I can only walk on my tippy toe. I cannot walk on flat. I had an x-ray. I went to the hospital, had an x-ray, and I vlogged it. So you'll see that in a couple days. The doctor said there is no reason for surgery. He said, it'll speed up the healing process, but there's he says there's really nothing. He says just let it heal naturally because it's such a tiny bone chip. He says it's less than 1/4 of your baby fingernail. So he says don't bother. He says because the cost for you without being on health insurance is not worth it unless you're traveling back to home in the next couple of days, but if because I told him I'm staying here for 6 months, and he says you're not, do you need to walk, and he says is it important to you, or I said no, I just work from home. He says and stay home, put your foot up and rest for a week, right? Don't walk on it for a week and then slowly start putting pressure on it. Just let the bone fuse again. In the vlog, I'll post a picture of it because I don't have one on my computer. It's on my phone, so I haven't bothered. Safe trips to Sri Lanka, brother. Let me tell you, you will notice some new changes at the airport. When you leave, if you don't use Silk Route and you're flying Sri Lankan Airlines, they have self-service kiosks now. Those opened just recently. Also, they raised the price of driver's license on landing from a few thousand rupees to 12,000 or 15,000 rupees. I can't remember. But, and the exchange rate, wow. It's now 305, I think. So big changes. Not big changes, but changes nonetheless. Mom was saying that the rain has stopped. So things are warming up for the Christmas holidays. Gonna miss seeing you guys there. I hope you really enjoy your time and that the weather is good and that your flight is amazing. I'm gonna miss you guys. Hope you enjoy. For all that I talk about loving my time here in the Philippines, I do miss home. But when I get home, I miss here. So I'm stuck in a rock and a hard place. What am I gonna do? But anyway. Thank you for joining on the new Saturday morning format. I don't have a coffee, but because I just had one earlier because I had a couple of classes before this. Joshua, thanks for joining, brother. I'm going to assume with your last name there, Joshua Wellington, is that your last name, or are you in New Zealand? Or Wellington? Is Australia or New Zealand? I'm sorry. My geography is good, but not that good. I'm kind of sure Wellington is a city in New Zealand. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I don't want to offend anybody. Hey, I'm sorry. But anyway, let me know where you're from. I am planning on never fully retiring. Let me tell you why. I am planning on not having to work within the next 2 years. And that's what we're going to talk about today, about this channel and my plans. Overall, this channel is going to be an integral part of my future. And then everything else is going to let me talk about that in a moment. I plan on retiring by my 60th birthday, which is in 2 years and 1 month. So Christmas of 2027 is my official retirement date. I don't plan on ever fully retiring. I plan on continuing to work online as long as I legally and physically, emotionally, mentally can. Because having some kind of mental stimulation is good for you. Now, also, I make really good money, which will supplement my retirement. So if, say for example, I've calculated my monthly expenditures, which is about $1,200 to $1,400 US a month. Now, a huge chunk of that is rent. I can reduce that by about $200 a month. So I can get down between $1,000 to $1,200 a month. I can probably get it down to about $1,000 a month. My current projection for my pension and investments I'm Canadian, so we don't call it Social Security. We call it Canada Pension Plan. I get it at 60. I can wait till 65 or 70, but I've talked about that before. They kind of trick you into waiting so you get more per month. But if you calculate the 5 years of loss, you would have to live to be like 80 or 90 for it to make any difference, right? So the money you lose in the first 5 years, you don't get until you live like a long, long time. So just get the money now. Don't fall for that trick of, oh, if you wait 5 years, you get more per month. If you can afford it, great. But for me, I didn't start saving for my pension until 5 years ago. I didn't start saving for my retirement until 5 years ago. So my pension is going to cover my basic living costs. My investments are going to pay for my travel and my extracurricular activities or what have you. So my pension will cover my basic living costs. My pension will cover anything over that. And then at 70, I get another pension called old age security. That will double my pension and will cover any medical costs associated with me aging. And then when I'm 80-ish, I will have inheritance. I'm not relying on it, but I've talked about this before. It's coming. I'm going to factor that in, but it's going to be a nice to have. It's not going to be something that I rely on. And as well, and I'm going to talk about that today, the channel will help me supplement my income as well. We are going to be monetized by end of the year, early January. And I'm going to focus on not subscribers donating money. If you want to, you can, right? If you want to, you can, but it's going to be more on the advertisers and the sponsors. I sat down and spoke with a good friend who has a very successful channel, and he says, don't focus on this, and this, focus on this and get yourself sponsorship and do it the right way. And he makes like 10 grand a month. And it's all from sponsors, not from YouTube advertising. Says he doesn't even look at the YouTube advertising that he gets. Says it's nothing. So right now I'm living off of I work online. So I'm a Canadian Sri Lankan citizen. I have permanent residence in Korea. So I work online in Korea. I teach Korean kids and adults. And the money that I make from that is in Korean won. And because I make money, a high salary, but I spend in a developing nation. So I don't have to work 40 hours a week killing myself. I work barely. Did I work this month? This month was a busy month because I'm finishing up contracts. November, the rest of this month and December, I'm probably going to barely work 10 to 15 hours a week. And it's only going to be in the evenings, like 4 hours a day. If that, 3 to 4 hours a day, depending on the day. Some days I have more, some days I have less. But I'm guaranteed X amount of dollars a month, which is more than enough what I need to live on, plus put some away for savings. So I moved into the new apartment a week ago. I'm here now. My vlogs are about a week old. So if you look at a vlog today that is going up tomorrow, that vlog was probably made 5 to 6 days ago. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to tighten that up in December, January, like starting in December, and try to tighten that up so that I will be 48 hours to 72 hours between the time I film and the time it uploads. And the reason for that is I don't want to do like instant videos because, first of all, I have to record it. So that takes, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. Then I have to transfer it to my computer and edit it. That takes a couple of hours. Okay, because the way my system works is first I have to transfer it from my camera to my computer. That takes 10-15 minutes. Because they're huge files. Then I have to upload it to my editor, my editing tool. That takes 10 minutes. Then I have to edit it, which takes another 15 to 20 minutes. Then I have to download it from the editor, which takes sometimes upwards of 30 minutes. Then I have to upload it to YouTube. For some strange reason, I cannot transfer from my cloud editing to YouTube. I can't do that. And then I have to do the search engine optimization. I have to do the titles and the thumbnails. So that takes a few hours. Once it goes to YouTube, it has to sit on YouTube for about 24 hours for it to propagate inside their system. So I don't do the SEO until it's inside their system for 24 hours. Then I have to scrape data off of the YouTube channel, the video, put that into my AI tool, my search engine optimization tool. It spits out like the back end stuff that I have to do. And then I set the date for the video. So I need about minimum 48 hours from the time I start producing a video till the time the video can go live. I would prefer 72 hours, like 3 days, just in case I would like to do something without sitting and just doing YouTube 24 hours a day. So that's why right now, today is the 15th. I have a video going up today that is going on the 18th, but I filmed that video 3 days ago. So I have to this weekend, I got it today and tomorrow, I'm going to be recording 3 or 4 vlogs so that I can get them prepared. And one of those videos is an apartment tour. Now, I can't walk a lot, so I don't know if I'm going to do it today or delay it until I can walk a little bit better. As I don't know if you heard, but I did chip a bone in my right foot. So walking is difficult for me. I'm sitting here with my foot bandaged and elevated. I went to the hospital, got x-rays. Doctor says, there's nothing to do right now. But I am very happy at this condo. Overall, I'm paying the same as what I was paying at the other place, but it's much newer, it's much cleaner, much more amenities, much better neighborhood. Whereas before I was living in a middle-class apartment complex. Here I'm living in a modern semi-luxury condo complex. So yeah, you'll see the condo tour. Now, if you go back in my channel about about a month, you'll see the condo tour of the old place that I was staying at. Okay. That was like a 20-year-old condo, apartment complex. That was about a 20-year-old apartment complex. It was nice. The room was very nice because the landlord had renovated it and they had given me everything included in my price. Here, I pay a flat rate and then I pay for my utilities on top of it. The only thing I don't get is parking. I get everything else. And I'm in the only condo in the area that has a rock climbing wall and a tennis court, which I'll never use. But they also have a sauna, which no other condo I know, even here, doesn't have. So I have access to that. And the most important thing, I have access to the beach. I can just walk to the beach 5 minutes from here. So I do have to find parking. The parking for me is a 3-minute walk, 5-minute walk. From the time I leave my apartment unit till the time I get to the parking lot, it's about a 5-minute walk. And it's outdoor, uncovered. If I wanted underground parking in my building, it would cost me $100 a month. Not for a motorcycle that isn't even mine. I'm renting it from a friend. not going to do that. I'm not going to spend that. So I'm going to check next door at the hotel next door, and see what they have there. But because I'm laid up, I can't really go out and do the vlogs that I was planning, which like the couple of vlogs I wanted to do was a complete village tour. Like I wanted to do 2 vlogs. One was a condo tour with the amenities. And then I wanted to do a village tour. Like we live in a self-contained community. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to talk about all the shops that are here, the commercial district, the food court, the layout of the parks, the hotel, the entertainment venues, and the beach. That's a complete other video. And then I also wanted to do a couple of interviews with a couple of people that I had met. But all of that is on hold until I can get out walking. I don't want to walk on my foot and cause pain to my foot, damage. I did that to my hand when I was a teenager, and it never healed right. Never healed right. And a foot is much more important, especially at my age. I mean, I did this when I was 14, 15. So, I mean, at that age, you can recover well. At my age, at 58, you don't screw around with your foot, right? So those of you who have just joined, please say hello. Let me know where you're from. I don't want to screw around with my foot at my age, because if I screw that up and I can't walk for the rest of my life, come on, that's a huge thing, right? So I'm going to be extra careful with this. You know, I had to go out last night and have dinner with Anuj because he's leaving for mole ball in the south for 3 days, and then he comes back on Monday night. We might have dinner on Monday night together. He might come. I'm going to kind of suggest to him to come here, and we'll have dinner here, because for me to go all the way down there is just like, and then he checks out on Tuesday morning, and he's going to hang out with me all day Tuesday before he leaves Tuesday night to go to fly home. So I said, absolutely, you can come and crash with me and until your flight, which is what he did last time he was here last month. This is the second time he's been here. He came back to actually visit his lady friend who he has gotten a crush on. Anyway, he's planning on, he met her family, so he's planning on taking her to India in Christmas. And I hope he comes back here in February before I leave in March. I'm going to extend my trip by a month. I'm 90% sure. 90% sure. Joshua, where are you from? What's your story? Are you in my age group? What can I and what can our community do to help you reach retirement, your retirement goals? So what I want the channel to be, I have met 2 or 3 YouTubers here in my community. First of all, you know, I search out fellow YouTubers online on YouTube. So I saw a couple of channels, and it turns out that 2 of them, the guys live in this building, and I bumped into them on the street just outside here. My age, but their vlogs are more like review vlogs. Joshua, 62. Congrats, brother. I'm close behind. I'll be 58 on Christmas Day. Arizona, welcome. So you're used to the warm weather, not the humid weather. I have never been west of the Mississippi. You know, the furthest west I've been is Chicago, but I've been all up and down the East Coast because I lived in Toronto, Canada, most of my life. Not sure if you know, but I've lived all over the world. I'm Sri Lankan. My dad was a diplomat, so I was born in China, grew up in Europe, then came to Canada. 22 years ago, I got divorced and I moved to South Korea for 18 years. And then 4 years ago, I moved back to Sri Lanka. And over the course of the last 5 to 10 years, I've been traveling around Southeast Asia. In the last 22 years, I have only been living and traveling in Southeast Asia. My area has been between Japan, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. That's it. That's my little circle. And now, since I probably never going back to Korea, I might go for a visit next year, but I doubt it. Unless one of my close friends, unless he pays for it. He said, well, he's very rich. For him, it's nothing. He's offered, but I don't like doing that. And because he's always done so much for me. He's always been so kind to me. Last time I was in Korea 3 years ago, he paid for everything. He paid for my hotel. He gave me cash to live. I didn't ask him, but he did it. It was really kind of him. I want the channel to be more focused on everyday living. Like, yeah, I will do how much it costs to go to the dentist, how much it costs for me to go to the emergency room. That video is uploading right now. I will do cost of living, but I will also do, yeah, guys, today, I went to the laundromat and I just walked around and I found an interesting little restaurant. And then I met some people and we chatted, and just my daily interaction, so you can see and get a feeling for what it is like to live that retirement transition. And in the meantime, we can have a discussion about what it is to retire. Like, everybody talks about the cost of living and everybody's focused on the cost, right? But there's more to it. I want this channel to be more like a Truman Show, right? Now, some people have commented that they wanted me to get involved socially with a female, but I'm just not interested in, and I'm going to explain that in a video, why I remain single. There's a whole backstory to it, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it right now, but suffice it to say, I want to be in a physical relationship with a woman. Absolutely. And I am. I've gone out on a couple of dates, but there is a problem because I'm old-fashioned and, I grew up in a different time. And for me to be involved with a woman for a long time means that you would date for marriage, and I'm not interested in marriage. I can't be married. I just mentally, emotionally can't do it. I've been single for 22 years, and it's just not in my DNA anymore to settle down, especially right now. Okay, especially right now where I'm transitioning into this like free retirement where I'm, I used to, okay, I'll take a step back, but just let me say this. I don't want to be a burden on anyone. I don't want anyone to be a burden on me. I don't want the psychological stress and emotional stress of a relationship. I'm just too lazy to invest my time. And yeah, I had a great marriage, 10 years, no kids, and it was amicable. We just grew apart. There was a big age difference. There was 11 years age difference between us. And she was a very intelligent woman, very smart. She just had not lived her life. I don't speak to her anymore because that's a different part of my life, and I'm not interested in delving on that part of my life, but I learned from it. And I learned that you need to love yourself first. And I'm very happy. I'm lonely, but I'm happy 100% of the time in what I'm doing. Darren, absolutely, brother. Let me tell you something. I haven't shown it because I don't like involving other people in my channel. Because I don't know why I don't like doing it. If you notice on my channel, on my vlogs, I don't show me talking to people. I wish I did, because the interactions I have with people is just so amazing. And I'm going to do it. I am. Trust me on this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show more interactions with Filipino people because they love to be on videos. I don't know what it is. They love it. They're always, oh, you're a vlogger, you're a vlogger? Yeah. But I am doing the social thing. Like today, okay, so Darren, you're gonna love this, brother. This is such a freak out. I freaked out at this. So first of all, Anuj is my best friend from Korea. He lives in India. He's a Indian American. He comes and visits me wherever I am in the world, Thailand, Vietnam, wherever we're at. So he's come here twice. Now he has a girlfriend here. He will be back in February. So I hang out with him. He introduced me to people he networked with. So I went out last night and I met them. And I have their phone numbers, and it says, listen, I live in Mactan, Newtown. You guys can come anytime. And the owner of the club that we at, he was like, he's going to Bangkok next week. And he says, listen, when I get back, me and Chris, we want to come over and hang out with you. And I said, absolutely. And even Anuj said that he was asking about me. Like, when am I coming back to hang out? And because he says he has fun with me, because I'm a really social guy. So, and we're the same age, like he's 52. And again, he's a club owner and in the entertainment business. I was in that business, so we have things to talk about. Now, here's something that it would freak me out. So I'm online socially, right? Like I like to be online and like involved in what's going on. I like to get information. So I belong to a couple of Facebook groups that are in this area, like Cebu foreigners, Cebu expats, rentals and things like that in the Mactan Newtown community. So somebody posted something on one of the Facebook groups saying that they didn't like this area, that it was too expensive, it wasn't affordable, it was they were really not positive. I like to be a positive person. I don't like to look at the negatives. I like to turn negatives into opportunities to explore other options. I don't go and complain about something. I find a solution. Joshua, I'll answer your question in just 1 second. So I'm in this group and I said, I'm really sorry that you experienced this problem. They complained that they had rented and that the rent was too high and that the gym equipment sucked and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm really sorry that this location has not worked out for you. But I'd like to let you know that this location is perfect for me. Number one, from a price, it's cheaper than what I was paying outside. Number two, the amenities are more than sufficient for my needs. The gym equipment, because I'm a beginner, is more than enough. And there's also a gym available that you can pay, a professional gym. And I said, my apartment is big. You guys are going to see how big this place is. For an executive studio, it's not one room. It's a separate kitchen and a separate bedroom. There's no door. It's just a sliding wall. But it's still separate. And the bathroom has a bathtub. It's not a shower. It's a bathtub, a full bathtub. Right? And I have a huge living room and a dining room. It's about 40 square meters. And I'm paying $500 a month for it, USD. 2 air conditioners. So it's really nice. And a balcony. I can sit on the balcony and watch the ocean. So, the gym is perfect. I have a sauna and a jacuzzi. I have 3 pools that are covered. You guys are going to love it when you see the video compared to the other places. One Manchester, which is the luxury place across the street, their amenities suck. Their pool has no chairs. Where are you going to sit? There's no loungers. 8 Newton Place, which is the largest complex, they have 4 towers. We have 3 here, and then there's 1 over there. They have the largest infinity pool in Lapu-Lapu, but there's no shade, no trees, nothing. You're in the blazing sun the whole time. And because it's elevated, there's no building shade. So here, my place has shade. 2 of the pools are completely covered. They have 4 pools, 2 are completely covered. And they have tons of loungers, all with umbrellas. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So I made a comment, and then somebody commented back on mine and said, oh, where do you live? I said, OPR, which is the slang name for One Pacific Residence. It says, oh, I live there too. And it says, oh yeah, and we just started chatting. And then I moved on to a private chat with him, and it turns out he's Sri Lankan from Australia. He lives in the next building next to me, and we chatted, and he's like 42, and he's here till the end of December, and he works out, and we have so much in common. He just went through a messy divorce, and he's like, you know, looking to retire and everything. And then I met him online like 2 days ago, and then yesterday I'm walking back from the pharmacy, and we bump into each other on the street. There's only one road here, right? If you stand out on the street, you're gonna bump into somebody that you know, because there's only one way in and out of this complex, the main road. So he said, oh, I knew I was gonna bump into you sometime this week. And I said, yeah. So we're meeting up today after this. Either we're gonna go to the gym together. He's offered to come and help me train a little bit. So I'm going to go to the gym and do shoulders and back and arms, my upper body. And then, go for a coffee or something and just chat. Maybe I'll ask him if I can interview him and stuff like that, so you guys can see. So I am socializing. And I have my motorcycle club. Like earlier in the week, I think it was Tuesday, my friend Tim and his wife and sister-in-law came over for dinner. So we hung out and I got to talk and socialize. Every day I'm meeting people and talking. So I'm not showing it, but I am doing it. Probably the only time I won't meet anybody is probably tomorrow. I don't have any plans tomorrow, but next week I have plans with people. Joshua did, yes. The answer to that is yes. The young Filipinas have approached me and said hello. Thanks, Darren. I've mentioned it, and I did a vlog about it, that the 2 things that I'm missing in my life in Sri Lanka that all men must do to maintain their overall happiness is exercise and social. I didn't socialize enough for logistic reasons and because I'm lazy. But here, it's just, I walk out onto the street and there's a million people, right? When you guys see how beautiful this community is, just how insanely amazing it is, you're going to be like, this is the kind of place I want to retire to. So Joshua, yes. So in my area, I've talked with like employees and workers in the stores and stuff, and flirted a little bit on the street. They smile and stuff like that, but they all work at the call centers, the business processing offices. They call them BPOs. So these are call centers that do like billing and account adjustment and customer service for international companies. There's also a couple of international schools here which teach Koreans. So there's a lot of Koreans. I stopped and asked a Korean mom. I saw her and I said in Korean, I asked her, excuse me, I'm sorry, I have a quick question. If I could ask you a quick question. She's like, oh, you speak Korean? I said, yes, I lived in Korea for a long time. I'm just curious as to why I see so many Koreans here. She says, oh, we bring our kids here for a month or 2 months to practice their English in English immersion. I said, oh, that's very interesting. I knew it occurred, but I didn't think it occurred in the Philippines. I knew it occurred in America and Australia, but not in the Philippines. So Philippines have these Korean-run schools that teach the Korean curriculum, but in English. So they take their kids out of Korean school for a month or so and then bring them here. But Darren, yeah, I am finding that my mental and emotional fuel gauge is just full. I love it. Like yesterday was way too much fun. I met some amazing people, flirted with some really pretty girls, just recharged my emotional and mental fuel gauge, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just so overjoyed. But because I've been so introverted for so long, it's sometimes too much. I can't do it all the time. Like I didn't drink anything. I was offered drinks all night. Even Anuj says, have a drink. No. We had an amazing dinner near his house, this one taco stand. Oh my God, I got to go back there. The food was amazing. I want to go out and enjoy some of the delicious meals that are in these restaurants, but this month and next month is my frugal budget. I want to see how little I can spend. So that's something that I want to, I can do that outside of my budget. I can still calculate it, but you have to treat yourself. And that's the other thing, right? You have to treat yourself. So, once a week I can go out and eat at a nice restaurant around here and try some of the food. But I generally cook, like today I'm going to cook I have a big salmon fillet. I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to cook it. I made it last couple of weeks ago and it was good for 4 meals. So I'm going to cut it up, cook it, freeze half of it, and then leave the rest out to eat over the course of a week, because it's a lot. Cook up some rice so that I have rice for it. What else? Vegetables. So when I make the rice, I'm going to mix in vegetables into the rice. And that'll be my dinner for the next week. And then next week, I have a big thing of ground beef, and I'll make pasta. Do not buy Filipino pasta sauce. It's sweet. It does not taste, it's not palatable. Unless you grew up with it or you have a palate for it, you will not enjoy it. I tasted it. Oh my God. And a lot of the food is very salty. So you have to be extra cautious about the food here. I'm going to talk about the food in a video. I uploaded that. But Joshua, one of my friend who lives here, and then my Filipino friends. So I belong to a motorcycle club, and it's got about 50 members. And we meet once a month for a club event. And every weekend they go on rides. So tomorrow they're going on a ride, but because number one, I don't have a motorcycle, it's still not fixed. It's been a month. I have to call them today to find out what's going on, because I keep calling and they say, we'll call you back. They never call back. That's another problem I have, is the customer service is, it's to be expected. Everything here is on Filipino time. But they do rides. I don't want to ride my scooter. And number two, I don't want to go out with my foot. I don't want to. It's my right foot, so I don't use it on a motorcycle. You use your left foot on the motorcycle for the gear shift and the brakes. But I don't want to damage my foot if I have to put my foot down. And because you need to balance, right? I don't want to cause any problems. That's again, I want to be extra careful with my foot, because if I F up my foot for the rest of my life, that's it. I can F up my hand. That's not a big deal. But my foot, I don't want to look like a cripple or be crippled or something like that. But I am super excited for the direction of where my life is going over the next 4 months. I see huge upside from what I am planning. So this comes back to the channel. I want you guys to follow me along in this journey to go from full-time work to semi-retirement to retirement. What does that look like? I don't want you to follow me for visa vlogs, because I've said this before. Visa rules change. Just look at what's happened in Thailand in the last 72 hours. First, there's no more alcohol at certain hours and you're going to get charged. Now it's going to be okay. First, they're going to give marijuana. Then they're not going to give marijuana. Now they're flip-flopping. It changes every day. Now the visa rules are becoming stricter. So the rules change every day. If I do a visa report, that video will not be, nobody will watch that video in 6 months. So I want vlogs that people are interested in watching even a year from now or 2 years from now, because they're timeless. So cost of living, I'll do, because it's important to have a baseline. But, and the cost of food in the stores, I'll give you a baseline of not what the price per kilo for ground beef, because that changes tomorrow. I'll give you, this is what I spend on a monthly basis type of thing, and take a look at, this is, if you want ketchup, this is what it costs. If you want, Doritos potato chips, because those are the ones you like, this is what it costs. Going to the dentist, going to the hospital, renting a scooter. I'll give you those prices, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on emotional, psychological, physical, social, those things. I think that is more important, and it differentiates me from other vloggers. A lot of these vloggers that I'm seeing are going to these restaurants and doing reviews, and I don't want to be a copycat of those. I want to talk about what's in here, because I think that's important. I don't see that. I don't see people talking about that. I don't see people saying, hey, look, this is not what I thought it would be, or this is what it is. Also, like the pitfalls and the things you need to watch out for, the things you need to remember, right? Everybody's talking about, you got to get a visa, you got to get married or something. No, don't get married. Oh, should I buy a condo? No. Like there's so much, and it's all, so like, what was it? Somebody asked me last night, because we were talking, he said, which place in Southeast Asia do you like to live? Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines. I said, I can't answer that for you because I don't know you. I can answer it for me because I'm very specific and picky in what I like. I want to live by the beach. I want to live in a clean place. I want to live in a modern place that has amenities, and I'm willing to pay for it. Eventually, I will choose to live in a more rural area. I'm not going to always live in some place like this. I'm going to live in a rural area, quiet rural area with chickens and goats, dogs and cats. Maybe close to a beach, but because when you get older, you can't really, swim. It's dangerous. You don't have that strength. I hope to be strong, and that's what I'm doing by working out every day. I'm maintaining my strength. But the reality is you just can't go in the water every day. So Joshua, I haven't looked into the details for the retirement visa. I know that there is a deposit required, and this is the reason why today, or for the foreseeable future, and I'm talking the next 5 years, I am not going to get a retirement visa. I'm going to move from place to place to place to place. Now, one of the beautiful things about Philippines is I can stay here 3 years on a tourist visa. Costs me about $50 a month for 3 years. I can stay 3 years before leaving the country. Thailand is 60 days, 2 times a year. That's it. They've made this strict. They don't want tourists staying long term. Vietnam is 90 days. Sri Lanka, I'm a citizen. I can come and go as I please. Korea is 6 months on a tourist visa, and you can do a visa run. They don't care. Well, I mean, I did a visa run for 2 years, my first 2 years there. They never stopped me. And I had a friend who I made friends with, someone who worked in customs and immigration, and he said it's because you're old. If you were young and doing that, they would stop and question you because they want to know where you're getting your money. But you're old, so you're just a traveler, right? They know you're not working, because the consensus is that old people are not hireable in Korea as teachers who would work illegally. It's the young people that they are worried about. And I have proof of funds, so I have money in the bank that I can show them on my phone. I don't understand what you mean by what if they don't renew your visa? Who and which visa? I'm gonna say, are you talking about the Philippines and my tourist visa? They wouldn't. They have no reason to. I spoke with immigration I was there last week. I was there this week. Monday I went, Monday or Tuesday. I've renewed my visa. I'm renewed till end of January. And then I have one more visa to do. One more extension to do before I leave. Whether it'll be 1 month or 2, I haven't decided yet. But it'd probably be 2. No. So the way the Philippines works, there's 2 ways. And I hope you're talking about the Philippines. So when you land, you get your 30-day tourist visa for free. Your first extension must be a 29-day extension. That's all you can do. So I did it right away. Like the first week I got here, I went to immigration right away. Rod, if you are on, Rod D, if you are on, thank you for subscribing, brother. I just saw your notification. If you're watching right now, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. So Joshua, I'll answer your question in just 1 second. So I got my 30-day for free upon landing as a Canadian citizen. The first week I went and paid money and got a 29-day extension. This week I got a 60-day extension. And then every 60 days I can get a 60-day extension. Now, I can go to Manila and get a 6-month extension, but you have to go to Manila and you have to, like, 2 or 3 days. You have to, and yes, they can deny your visa at any time with no reason. It's their country and they can do what they want without question. Okay? You have no rights on a tourist visa. Once you get your retirement visa or digital nomad visa, you have to maintain the stipulations. So the problem with, getting a long-term visa. So there's the SRRV, or I can't remember what the acronym is for. So let's say it's a retirement visa. You got to put a ton of money down, which you can't touch. And you only earn bank interest. Let's say it's $20,000 or $30,000, even $15,000. That's a lot of money that I'm not making any money on. And in Sri Lanka, I'm making minimum 13% on my interest. I'd get like 2 or 3 here. I don't know how much I would get. Right? And then I have to pay taxes on it. Right? Because it's interest, it's income. Now, I'll get those taxes back. Unless, I don't know the tax laws here, but under most countries, capital gains, you have to pay and you don't get that back. But income, you have a minimum before they start taxing you, but they still take it away. You have to file and get it back. So you have to pay someone to do that. Because do you know how to navigate the Filipino tax system? I sure don't. I don't even know how to navigate the Sri Lankan system. I had to pay somebody to help me with that. Even in Korea, I paid somebody to do my taxes. In Canada, my taxes were complex, so obviously I paid somebody there. But in Korea, the system is so easy, but I still pay someone to do it to find me. And yeah, Joshua, Darren talks about that a lot. I mean, Darren's one of the smartest men I've ever known. Like, this guy, I wish I could like have followed him years ago. Darren's really got his shit together, man. Let me tell you something. I'm envious about him. He's got a great family, a great business, travels the world. I love the guy. We don't always agree on everything. I keep saying that, but I love him more than anything as one of my all-time #1 supporters on this channel and my previous channel. And we've actually met in person many times. You know, we've had dinner with my family. So yeah, purchasing power, again, you know, if you're earning money, let's pretend you're invested in Philippines, you're earning Philippine pesos, you're spending Philippine pesos. Now, yes, can you invest that in another currency and earn a higher buying power? Like, for example, you invest in the US stock market and you earn US dollars. Yeah, but then you're paying US taxes, withholding tax, all of those capital gains tax, inheritance tax, you know, all of those things, right? It's a pain in the butt. I am all about making life simpler. I transfer all of my money to Sri Lanka and I earn everything in Sri Lankan rupees. Now, here's where I think it works out for me, because the money I'm bringing in is Korean won, which is a high buying power. I'm not earning money in Sri Lanka and then investing in Sri Lanka. No. This is foreign money coming in. So it's a net 100% profit right away, right? The buying power of my Korean won buys huge. So even with like inflation or anything, it doesn't matter because I'm using foreign income to earn money. I have earned, okay, I'll just be very quick with this. My stock portfolio is 115% profit in 13 months, plus dividends on top of that. My gold is up 28% in 10 months. And my term deposits, my fixed deposits, are 10.75% for 5 years. I locked in. Once a year, I get a check, which I then redeposit. Or what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to buy gold. I have a check coming in January. I'm going to take a little bit of it away and put it into a savings account, a small savings account I'm going to top up my 6-month emergency fund. And reinvest that back into, I'm not sure. I will figure it out in January. I haven't decided yet. The market right now in Sri Lanka is pulling back, but it's profit taking. It's still bearish or bullish. It's still bullish. Sentiment is still strong. I mean, my banking stock is 285% profit. My telecom stock is my telecom stock is 285. My banking stock is 110%. It was just a new merger announced, so that's going to go up. And then I have alcohol, tobacco, and oil, which are all doing between 70 and 30% profit. And they're paying dividends every quarter, ridiculous dividends. My broker just hit a home run with me on this one. Yeah, well, you know, Darren, thanks again. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to put it into the market. Absolutely not. No. I might buy my lowest stock, which is my tobacco, it's only 30% profit, which is my lowest. And the broker said that one is not going to move. And even the research I've done online is that stock does not move because it's a high dividend stock. It's like 8%, 8% to 10% dividend stock. So I might roll it into that security. But my number one focus is to top up my right now I'm at about a 4-month, my emergency fund is at 4 months. I want to top it up. So I think I'll top it up to a year, and then I'll put that in a monthly term deposit that pays out monthly. That way it's liquid if I need it. Like if you need an emergency fund, you can wait 30 days. If you have a credit card, you can wait 30 days. So like when I went to the hospital, I paid everything with credit card. I mean, it was only $50, but I paid it with credit card. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to buy gold because of the way the US is going right now. Inflationary pressure. The Sri Lankan rupee is down by 5 cents. It's 305 today. It was 300 a month ago. The Filipino peso is down 2 pesos. It was 56.57. It's now 60. And even the Korean won is 1450. It was 1300 a month ago. So everything is being pushed up. I wish I made US dollars. I got to find a job that pays me in US dollars. So financially, Joshua, what I'm doing is when I lived in Sri Lanka, I didn't spend a lot. I spent like maybe $200 a month, $300 at the most, on living expenses, on things I buy like a computer or my office table or things that I like to buy online. That I don't include in my living expenses. My living expenses: food, internet, electricity, rent, because I pay my mom rent. And that's cost me about $200 a month. So I give her rent, which covers my food, my electricity, and sharing in the costs of the workers in the house. So it's very minimal. But if I go out, I pay that on my own. I pay for my internet. My internet I pay on my own. My internet is separate from mom and dad's. Mom and dad's, they have their own internet. I have my own, just because I work. But eventually I'm going to roll into theirs because, I'm not going to live there anymore. If I move, I'll cancel my plan or roll them into my plan. But getting back to what the channel I want it to be, we are on track. Like the amount of hours that you guys are watching. Now, yeah, my vlogs are longer. I used to do 10, 15-minute vlogs. Now I'm doing 30-minute vlogs. And you guys are watching. And that is what I need. I need you guys to watch the vlogs. I need you to take the time to watch from beginning to end so that I can grow my hours watched. Let's see, where are we today? I didn't have it open here. Let me open it. We are at 1,312 hours and 328 subscribers. The hours is what I need. I need 4,000 hours. We're at 30%. We're at 30% of what I need to become monetized. I need 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 30% for both. traditionally what they say is that the subscribers goes first and then the hours follows. No. I'm doing more hours than I am subscribers, because the subscribers that are subscribing are generating hours of video watch. So, oh, we had a whole ton of new subscribers. This is what I wanted to talk about here. Joshua, don't want people stalking you. Stalking. I think you want to say stalking you. So may I ask, what are the quality group of condos to look for in Lapu-Lapu or Mactan? Okay, so I'm going to do that in a vlog. Okay, that's a great question. So I live in I want to call it it's not gated, right? Because it's public, because of the commercial district, and also for the fact that there's offices here, but the buildings are secured. And the area is patrolled by what I want to call an HOA. So they have their own marshals that maintain. There's no chickens, there's no dogs or cats. There's a couple of dogs, but there's no cats. I haven't seen any cats. There's no roosters. There's no garbage. Absolutely no garbage. Every day I see the people out cleaning. They're even scrubbing the handrails. On the public street. So there are 4 or 5 large, what I call modern condo developments. And then there's like another 5 or 6 luxury condo developments on the north end. If you look at Lapu-Lapu, it's a circular island, and then it has this peninsula that sticks out on the northeast side. Okay, just beyond where I live. I live like right here. Okay, this is the airport here. Okay, I live right here on the beach side, like on this side, and then there's this peninsula up here with all the luxury condos. Now the problem is there's no infrastructure up there. So if you want to get anything, you either have to go to the local shop that is ridiculously expensive, or travel 15 minutes to get to the grocery store, which is across the street from me. So that's why I like this area. That's what I did. When I do my site survey for you, I will talk about the other locations and why I chose this one from an infrastructure perspective. Because for me to walk to the grocery store, to the pharmacy, or the grocery store. Now, if I want to go to the big grocery store, well, number one, I get delivery. Number two, I can walk across the street to the grocery store. Or I can go to the local grocery store and pay a tiny bit premium. I have a pharmacy. I have a Starbucks, a McDonald's. I have 2 lounges. I have a bakery. I have Dunkin' Donuts, and then a regular coffee shop. So there's 3 coffee shops. I haven't been past my place, so I got to go down. I think there's a Gordon Ramsay's. Maybe I'll go to Gordon Ramsay's. No, I have food. I have to cook the food that I have. So here, I would say that this is a 4-star. There are 5-star resorts, and then there's 5-star condos, and then there's 4 stars, which are the places. So I'm in the center. To the north are the 5 stars. I'm a 4-star, and then south of me are the 3 stars. Okay, they are further away from the beach. They're gated communities with no infrastructure. You have to leave to get anything, and there's nothing around. You cannot walk. You have to have a scooter or car. And that was the problem that I had with these places. Where I lived prior to this was nice, but I still needed a scooter to get to the shopping. If I didn't want local, right across the street was the fruit market. If I needed fruit, that wasn't a big deal. But if I wanted to get like, household goods like, sugar and coconut water and meat and fish and, all of those things, syrup and sugar and coffee, I'd have to go to the main store. So let me do this real quick. Everyone knows where I live. Joshua, I live at One Pacific Residence, but it's a secure building. I'm not really worried about people stalking me. If you're going to do it, you're going to find me. You can't hide these days. But I want to say hello to, when you subscribe to my channel, I only see the people who have their profile public. If you subscribe and you're not public, I can't see you. I know you're subscribed, you're a number, but here I can see 10 people who have subscribed over the last 3 days who are public. So let me give a shout out. Glindell S, Juan, Angelo T, Michael A, Jason C, Rena, Mark W, the Shilbumi, and Timmy T. Thank you so much. I'm subscribing to your channels as a thank you. But the amount of the analytics of the channel are just insane. Like, I compared this channel to like the analytics. I have access to Lady Sarah's channel. She had to she stopped and started her channel 2 or 3 times because she just doesn't have the time. And she can't eat. She has a mukbang channel and she was doing really well because she's a beautiful woman. Guys like to see that, but she doesn't sexualize it. She just, but when I look at her analytics, it's predominantly women. My analytics is predominantly male, and my analytics is people over the age of 45. A huge part of it is people over 60, and predominantly North American for my videos. My shorts get a lot of Filipino because of my geographic location. YouTube pumps it out to locals, and Filipinos love their YouTube. But when I drill down and I look at the vlogs, in the last month, I've had 20,000 views and 510 hours and 115 subscribers. So it's going up 20% more than last month, 12% more than last month, 50% more than last month. Okay. So the content is there, the videos are there, and the time. That's the thing. Like, average view duration 7.41 minutes. This last 28 days. Set on average, the 20,000 people who watched my channel. Sorry. Why does it say 20,000 views, but then here, okay. I got 20,000 views, but 5,000 of those were on videos only. So let's talk about the videos. So I got 10% more views this month than last month, and 10% more impressions. And my click-through rate, which is a really big bonus, is up. The average view of the 5,000 people who watched my vlogs, they averaged 7 minutes per vlog. That's insane amount of view time. Insane. It doesn't even compare to my old channel. My monthly audience is 10,000 people. Now that includes shorts. I do 6 shorts, 6 videos, and 2. I do 5 shorts, 5 videos, and 2 live streams. So, 90% male for videos, not all. And 40, 50, 60, 75% over 55. 20, 26, 27% between 35 and 55. And the rest is like younger people. And top geographies are US at 40%. Yeah. Then followed by Philippines at 10%, Canada, Australia, UK, which is exactly the demographic I'm looking for. So I'm focusing on the analytics. I'm not focusing on the content. Although Darren will yell at me for not focusing on the content. I need to get the initial bump. I need to get that initial bump so that I get the hours. I know, Darren, like 10,000. What did I say? 10,000 view. Yeah, 10,000 views on my vlogs. And let me just preface that. You're right. I don't understand why I don't get more subscribers, because people, I think, don't like to subscribe. They feel that it's like, oh, that's going to put me in a like, you know, people are going to see that I'm subscribed to that. They don't want that. Let me take a look at the analytics here. There's one thing I want to talk about. That the views, 30% of my views, 30% of my watch time is from subscribers. 75% or 70% is from not subscribed. So that is an interesting, I want that flipped, right? So I'm going to be doing some deep dives into the analytics with my SEO manager. And I'm going to try to figure out, well, I use an AI, I don't use a bot. I use an AI tool that helps me put the back end in the description and in the title and all of that stuff, right? That helps the algorithm push the channel in front of the right people. So I have an SEO manager that offers advice on what I should do. They don't do the work for me. I don't want to pay somebody to do it for me, because that's crap. I get inundated with people offering me tons of stuff to help my channel. I said, no, I've paid for it before and it's all crap. I pay for one-on-one time advice, like physical talking to somebody. I don't allow anybody to touch my channel. So the bot isn't scraping. I don't scrape anything. I know what you mean. No, the AI tool I use takes my ideas and generates descriptions that I put into the back end of the title, and then the hashtags and the verbiage. Joshua, 100% agree with you, and it is in the works. It is in the plan, brother. Let me tell you, you get some nice quality, caring Filipinas to interview with, clean content. Absolutely. I don't want to get involved in this social thing about, you know, meeting people here and there and doing this and doing. I'm not interested in that. We're going to get into that. And this is the thing I wanted to be very clear about. I'm moving slowly. Okay. I want to get a base of people who are interested in the idea of my channel. I don't want to go too fast, too quickly, and like niche it into like one. I want to have a little bit of a broad and then slowly niche it. Okay. The channel's only been since August 15th. September, October, November, 3 months. This channel's 3 months old. And look at the interaction. I have more interaction in this channel than I did in the 5 years of my old channel. I look at the numbers of my old channel and this channel, and I look at the numbers of Lady Sarah's channel and my channel, and I am double or triple in some cases. And her channel has like 5,000 or 6,000 viewers, subscribers, but she's getting crap views. If I was monetized today, I would be making about $100 a month. Now, what I want this channel to, just from advertising, not sponsorship, and not money from you guys, because I do have a few of you who are members of Buy Me a Coconut and donate monthly. I absolutely love that. I don't want people to become members of YouTube, because YouTube keeps way too much of the money. If you're going to support the channel, do it through Buy Me a Coconut, which is, I get to keep more of the money. But I am through YouTube for the advertising, because this channel already advertises, but I don't get to see any of that because I'm not monetized yet. Once I get monetized, it'll go up. What I want is that sponsorship. So I want, say for example, a company that is interested in travel insurance or old age insurance, a company that is interested in eSIMs or VPNs or travel internet, a booking website. I'm booking travel, I'm booking accommodation, healthcare, exercise. I'm not doing diets, pills, or crypto or casinos or anything like that. But if it's a product that I believe in, then I will do it. AI tools, right? AI tools, absolutely. Those are the things that I want to sponsor me, where I will do a targeted ad, which is where my friend is making all his money. 10 grand a month. I saw his income statement, and I'm like, and he's like 34. I made that money, and I was working full time as an executive, right? But I would be happy, I would be ecstatic if I could earn $500 a month from my channel. $500 a month. That's ridiculous to say. That is ridiculous to say, but the max I would want this, not max, but I would be ecstatic if this channel made $500 a month. If I became monetized today, it'd be $100 a month. That is like insane. I barely made that in my old channel. Made about $300 or $400 a year from advertising, because I didn't have the hours. I had views, I had subscribers, but I had no hours. So not a lot of commercials. And I'm focused on subscribers who support me, who are interested. And I'm asking you, when you see a commercial, watch it all the way through. Not yet, you can skip. But when you see a commercial, once I became monetized, and I'm going to ask for your support, you don't have to send me money. Just watch, let the video play for the whole 2 minutes. Let it just play in the background, go get a coffee or something like that. That will generate income for me without you having to do anything. It's passive. Yeah, Darren, Darren Joshua, I got to balance being creepy and being exploitive versus, you know, what Joshua, what you're saying, you know, quality human beings. And I'm going to start, here's the plan. I want to let you guys know, because Darren, you're telling me, and I agree with you 100%. What you've said before, that I need to move the channel in a certain way. I agree with you. There's just logistics, there's timing, there's scheduling, there's prior commitments, and there's my learning curve. As you remember, my old channel, it was all about me and what I was doing and living, at home with mom and dad. I didn't have the opportunities. Here, I got to like develop these opportunities, and there's a lot of things coming in at me at the same time. So I need to be, I can't jump into it. I need to move slowly. So I am listening to what you're saying, and I am going to move in that direction. Just please give me 2 to 3 weeks to get it all like smooth, so that I don't screw up. That's the thing. I don't want to screw up. And Joshua, I'm gonna start with expats. I'm gonna start with foreigners, and I'm gonna like get that, like, what is your experience? What have you thought? And then I'll get into the Filipina side. I will. I have yet to meet. I have met some nice women. I have. Well, I think the first thing I will do is sit and talk with my friend's wife. She's a sweetheart. I've known her for like 3 or 4 years. I met her 3 years ago when Tim started dating her because I lived in Subic Bay with him. Yeah, we were roommates, and he started dating her. So I knew her, but she was shy back then. And now she's like, but Joshua, thank you so much. I truly appreciate, and I love that we call each other brother and sisters, because I know it's cliche, but I want to start this like community where not only I help you or you help me, but Darren and Joshua work together to like support each other, right? We communicate, we share, we support, because let me tell you something. A lot of us don't have mom and dad anymore. I'm lucky I still do. Most of us are at that age where they've gone on. So who do we lean on? Who do we rely on? And as men, I'm going to say this, as men, especially from our generation, is that we are expected to be the rock. Who do we lean on? So I want this to become, my channel is predominantly male. I support my female subscribers. You guys are great, but I'm not a woman. So I want to be supportive. Just let me know what I can do and what I can say. But I'm respectful and everything like that as well. I'm a gentleman, right? So I want this to become a community where we help each other. And eventually, talking about 6 months down the road, I'm going to start a website or a forum where we can all get together. Now, it'll be moderated. It'll be membership only. All of you guys will become lifetime members for free. And once that starts going, then it'll be a revenue generating, because it'll be paid membership, so that we can maintain the integrity of it. It's not people trolling and people being stupid, where I'll pay a moderator to monitor and everything like that. Darren, absolutely. I'm not flirting. I have no interest. Like, okay, I don't want to get too personal or private here, but as human beings, we all have physical needs. I'm not going to get into that. What I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to be flirting with anyone. You're never going to see that. What I'm going to be doing is engaging in constructive conversations with people. Like, why are you here? What is your story? What are your dreams? And when you see a foreigner, what do you see? What do you expect? What can a foreigner expect from you? What have you heard are the pitfalls of relationships between multicultural people? What is an acceptable age gap there? Because age here is not important. But Darren, yeah, I'm going to start with the expats and I'm going to move into the Filipinos within the next month. It's in my list of things to look at, right? So anyways, guys, can you just give me a second? I want to grab some water, and it's going to take me a second because I got to hobble out of here. Ow, just hit my foot. Oh, give me 1 second. I was gonna buy a cane. I went to the pharmacy yesterday. I was gonna buy a cane, but it looks like an old man cane. It's the silver thing. But even Anuj said, like, for around the house when you're walking, because when I sit, the foot becomes stiff, and after I walk for a while, it becomes loose. But Joshua, thank you so much, brother. I truly, truly appreciate anything you say and any kind of like support you're providing, because I mean, I originally started doing this channel, not this channel, but my old channel. My old channel is called what was my old channel's name? I forget. Sri Lankan Sammi retired with mom and dad. That channel is 5 years old, 7,000 subscribers, thousands of videos going back 7 years. But the problem was that channel, I pivoted too much. I started with a nightclub channel, then a South Korean channel, like living in South Korea, and then a Sri Lankan channel. So the old subscribers, I can't get rid of them. So the algorithm was sending the vlog to people that didn't want to watch that content. This channel, I should have done this 4 years ago when I moved to Sri Lanka, started a new channel, but I'm arrogant and ignorant, afraid of losing that little bit of money that I was getting from the channel, and afraid that people wouldn't move over. But let me tell you something. When I look at the analytics of the old channel, even though I had 7,000 subscribers, I only had about 100 to 200 real viewers, right? And a lot of that were bots. The 7,000 were bots. That's why I will never allow anyone access to my channel. These SEO managers and stuff like that, never, because they buy these click farms and stuff like that and make it look real. Like even the last one I used prior to starting this channel, I told him, don't do that. But that's what he did. And he tried to sneak it past me by using a different kind of method. I still caught it, and I hated it. Hate using these guys. I've used like 4 over the last 5 years. They all failed to do anything quality. And that's why I'm taking the time to use AI to teach myself how to do the YouTube the right way. I'm not allowing AI to do it for me. And Darren, there's no automation on my channel. like AI automation. The only thing I use it for is to fine tune my descriptions. So the algorithm has words that fit. They call it A/B testing. And these words, I don't want to say clickbait, but they generate, it goes into the search engine of what YouTube is searching for, like TubeBuddy and what's the other app that I use? I use TubeBuddy and geez, I don't even remember the name of it. Anyways, I have them bookmarked. But there's these vidIQ and TubeBuddy. They help generate. They show what is a trending search, right? So I use that, and then I take that and I put it into my AI tool. My AI tool then takes that information and then generates a title, right? But I create my own thumbnails, all of that stuff. I don't use an AI tool to do anything other than descriptions and trending topics, right? So I'm gonna keep my channel. Like, I have this one guy friend who has a channel and it's creepy as hell. He's in Pattaya. He's a nice guy, but he likes to drink, he likes to party, and his channel is all about him going to the beer bars. I mean, he makes money off of it, but morally, I can never do something like that. And that's why you will never see, I mean, I might take a video of me going out to the bar or to the club, but not like I'm never going to go to a girly bar. This is not, I have no interest in that. I don't want to ever meet, I'm not interested in meeting women like that. I want to meet someone who I'm mentally interested in, and then if I'm interested in a relationship, they obviously have to be physically attractive. I'm very selective about what I like and what I don't like, right? I'm superficial. I'll be very honest about it. And one of my real estate agents, she says, you're a very unique man that knows that any relationship you have would not be successful if it's not perfect. So you don't even bother trying. I said, absolutely. I've been alive so long, and I've been in relationships, so many relationships, that why would I waste the effort in trying when I know it's not going to work? People say, oh, well, give it a chance. No. I love super hot, spicy chicken wings. Absolutely delicious. But coming out the other end is not pleasant. So I don't want to go through that. So why would I, for the small pleasure at the beginning, why would I put myself through 3 days of pain? Not interested. So same thing when it comes to, I don't want to be ignorant or stereotypical about dumbing it down to just something like that, a relationship. Relationships are not easy. Otherwise, everybody would be there would be no divorce. Okay, but divorce is 60%, right? But I have been single for so long, 20 years, and I've been so happy. I don't see why I would ever get into a relationship long term. Short term, I don't mind. I mean, I've been in short term relationships, but they all ended because I'm an asshole. I'm not a bad boyfriend. I'm just not caring. I don't care enough about the relationship. I care about the person, but I don't care enough for the relationship to fight for it. So women don't like that. They are the women I've dated stereotypically want a man to fight for them. And when they don't, they just like. And then the second thing is, I've said it before, and this is what my real estate agent said. She said, it's good that and it's honorable that you don't want to be in a relationship because it would be a waste of the time for the woman. I said, I don't want to subject a woman to that. I'm not getting married, I'm not having children, and I'm not going to compromise. So that is not fair to you. I don't want a slave. someone who's just going to do whatever I tell them to do. That's not what I want. So therefore, why would I subject any woman to that? It's not fair to them. It's good for me, but it's not fair to them, and I have morals. So that's why I'm going to talk about that in detail in a vlog. I have that vlog already ready. But yeah, me moving down that road, and like my other friend in Dumaguete, Jojo Wonder, guys, you got to check out his channel. It's absolute. I wish my channel was like him. His personality is so amazing. I love this guy. Jojo Wonder, Jojo Wonder. Absolutely amazing guy. He met an amazing woman, and his adventures with her shot his channel up. And then my friend Alex in Pattaya, Thailand, when he met his fiance, he just got engaged last week. He's been with her for 3 years. When he met her, his channel exploded. You know, absolutely crazy. So yeah, my channel will explode when I bring a female on board, because people like to see that. But that will probably not happen until next year, when I come here for long term. I'm only here short term. So I will introduce you to some female friends who I know, like my friend's wife. We'll start there. I think that that's the best place to start. And then maybe I'm going to ask my real estate agent if I can interview her and talk to her. She's a great woman, Leah. I'm going to chat with her about it. And then I'm going to do my expat friends, and then my Filipino friends, my guy Filipino friends. They're all young kids, right? But I'm a senior member of the chapter. I'll explain motorcycle culture very quickly. I am a nomad. A nomad means I don't have a patch for a city, which means when you have a city patch, like Cebu patch or Philippines patch, it means that you have the backing of all of your brothers if anything happens. As a nomad, you're on your own. You have no one. I'm not attached to any one city, so I can travel anywhere in the world. And I project my club anywhere in the world. This is motorcycle culture. This is not me. But as a nomad and as a full patch member, I patched over from my club, my Korean club, to this one because the president was my sponsor. So he has a lot of power. He's my sponsor. And then I actually brought in 2 members who prospected. So they prospected into the club. So I have 2 people. And it was, that helped me solidify my reputation within the club. But these guys are, young guys, Filipinos in their 20s or 30s. You guys are going to like them. They're a great group. Oh my God, they're so kind and fun and just hardworking, honest people. I love that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for today, unless you have any questions. Darren, always love seeing you, brother. I really miss the fact that I'm not going to see you and Janet this trip. I hope if you come between March and August of next year, that you can make it between March and August, because I think I'm going to come back here in August for a year. I have to look at the finances, and I have to look at what kind of a deal I can make in this building. I probably want to stay here because out of all and I'm going to talk about that in another vlog. Right now I'm paying $30,000. If I can get it down to $22,000 to $25,000 for a 1 year, or maybe even a 2 year, and pay it all up front, Like if I come in and I say I'll pay month to month 25, they'll take that deal. If I say I'll come in I'll come in for 1 year and I'll pay monthly, they'll ask for 25. But if I come in and I say I'll book for 1 year and I'll pay the 1 year in advance, they'll probably do 22. Like the whole kit and caboodle in 1 year. Darren, take care of yourself, brother. Love you. Please say hi to Janet for me. Okay. And next time you come, bring me some Vegemite. Okay. And please have a safe trip. Okay. Who are you going to fly with? Because I think that other airline that closed, their sister company is opening flights. And I know another company is looking at flights from Australia to Sri Lanka. And the airport opened up more boarding gates in a new tent. They opened a new tent with more boarding gates to make it faster to get through the airport. I mean, it doesn't matter about arrivals, but departures looks better. And I'm always going to suggest to you use Silk Route for departure. Silk Route for departure, my God, I love that. I will never fly through Colombo Airport without using Silk Route. Joshua, thank you so much again. I truly appreciate it. I absolutely love. SG is Singapore. Yeah, I flew Singapore Airlines here, business class. Absolutely. Oh my God, what a great flight. Absolutely loved it. I am also, if I extend my trip by a month, I think in February, I am going to travel to another island for 3 or 4 days. And if I go, and that's what I was saying to my friend at the club last night, because he was asking me, like he's not married, but he's involved with a woman like 7 years. And once he gets his annulment from his ex, he will marry her, he said. And she's a great woman. And he's got a good business. He's a smart guy, 51, really smart guy. He was mentioning, he says, well, I can introduce you. I know a lot of women. I said, and that's the problem. I don't want, I said it as a joke. If any of these women you don't like, set me up because I'll fuck them up. As a joke. I said it as a joke. I said, because I'm not in that space right now. I don't mind meeting someone to hang out with. He says, yeah, that's always good. Like, if you're upfront about it in the beginning, you can give them that option. So what I want is someone who I can have a short-term relationship with and travel with, Like I want someone who will come with me when I want to go traveling around the islands. And I think I can find someone like that. It shouldn't be very difficult. But Joshua, thank you again for joining. Thank you again for your questions. Thank you for your participation. Absolutely. I said this before. I don't think I completed my thoughts. I started the channel, my old channel, just as a digital diary and as a marketing tool, as something fun. And then it evolved into something like I wanted to try to build it into something. And then as that channel grew and people were getting involved, I got excited about the interaction, the social interaction, right? And I've had people on live, right? Because you can join my live stream, and if you have your camera, you can join live and we can have a forum. Now this channel, every time I get a click, every time I get a comment, every time I get the live stream going. I mean, I used to do live streams for 2 hours. There's nobody watching, nobody commenting, right? I think 2 weeks ago, I had a live stream. There was 12 people. I was like freaking out afterwards, and I saw the analytics that 12 people were participating in the live stream. It was over the moon. Every time I get a click or a like or a conversation, it makes it worthwhile for the effort that I'm doing. It's not about the money. It's about this. Okay. So I truly appreciate it, guys. I want to say thank you so much. So much. Not only for you, Darren and Joshua, but everyone who watches after the fact. All right. Please click the like button. Okay. Subscribe if you like the content. Don't subscribe just for the hell of it. Subscribe if you like the content and wish to continue watching. Okay. That's really important. I don't want subscribers just for the sake of subscribers. I want subscribers who are watching or want to watch. Okay. Comment, like, even if you don't want to put a comment, just put like a smiley face. That shows interaction and that boosts the algorithm and sends it out to people just like you. That's what I need your help in. If you comment on every single video, even just a smiley face, anything, that shows that you like that video. Click the like button and it sends that video to other people because it shows that that video is interesting. Okay, that's what YouTube is all about. They want people engaged. So the longer you engage, the more that video becomes popular and viral. Stay tuned for more great things happening. Please be patient. I know the vlogs are I'm trying to figure out what this YouTube thing is. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the vlogs, and life gets in the way. Like I can't walk, so I can't get outside and do the vlogs I wanted to do. I can't. The next one I'm doing is I'm going to be sitting out there on the balcony with a coffee talking about this, what I talked about today. I'm going to make a vlog about it. I'm going to do about driving laws in Philippines and driver's licenses. I'm going to talk about crime and scams, things that I can do from the patio where I don't have to be walking. And then hopefully I'll have enough content to fill up a week so that by middle to end of next week, I can start to get back outside. So I do want to thank everyone who is supporting me. Please stick around. I promise you things will get better. I will improve. I will try. Okay. I just appreciate just a little bit more time. We're the middle of November. Within the next 6 weeks, you're going to see a dramatic shift. Again, remembering that I'm 1 week behind. Okay. So give me till like 6 weeks. And I know you're going to like what you see. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to start to talk to people, which is what you guys have asked me to do. You've asked me to do that. I'm going to do it. I just have to get out of my comfort zone and start doing that. But remember, my catchphrase: learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Please be good to each other. Be good to another human being. Help someone. The feeling you get is better than any drug you could ever do. Be kind to everyone. Be good to your friends and family and strangers. Help a stranger. And remember, we're not just strangers. We're friends who haven't met yet. Darren, Joshua, Darren. Guys, I'm Sri Lankan Sammi in Cebu. I will see you all on the other side.